Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Up under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. How you guys doing?
Good. You're fresh from surgery.
What do you mean? Surgery?
You look like you just got out of surgery.
Why? What are you talking about? I
Just
don't know what
never
you mean.
mind. If you're not going to go with it, just never mind.
Well, I didn't have any surgery. I don't know
No,
what
you would
mean.
be the doctor. You look like you're in scrubs.
What? This is lime green. This is very festive. These aren't scrubs. It's spring.
Excuse me.
Spring is sprung.
Something sprung.
And I'm wearing a light green shirt today. And I look very fashionable.
You look like an
According to who?
People that are in hospitals getting ready for surgery.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, there's that. But anyway,
Can we start the show again? I didn't
no.
like how that went.
No do-overs. No, we got Jerry the Diver Guy connected with us as well today. And I'm not sure what we're going to do today because I have had to work ahead for a couple weeks. I got a big adventure that's going to take up the next couple weeks. So I had to record some special editions of Scuba Radio for the next 2 weeks. And I will tell you, you're going to want to tune in for this because we dive deeper into members of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad and some regulars that we have on the show. And we've talked about, I spoke with a bunch of them to find out what actually got them into diving in the first place, what inspired them.
Didn't we already do that?
No. With the Dive God, with Jerry Beatty, with some of the regulars, like how did they get into diving? What inspired them to get into diving? This is brand new stuff. After 26 years of doing the show, I had never heard these stories. So I'll learn, you'll learn if you tune in the next couple weeks. It's going to be, it's pretty interesting stuff. Plus, there's some treasure hunting stuff in there as well. It's they're good shows. So, which leads me to the fact that I got nothing for today.
All right. Well,
Great.
see you later.
No, actually,
Why am I here?
we do have some interesting
Wasting my time.
tidbits and stories that we're gonna dive into on the show today.
We could be eating barbecue nachos right now.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? And talking about diving? Is that
No.
What do you mean? No.
Just
Come on, think positive.
hanging out the bar eating
What is wrong with
nachos.
you? What is wrong with you?
We've already got a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I mean,
If you got nothing, then why?
no, I got a few little tidbits and some stories
And whatnot.
that we're gonna navigate through
Oh, he's
today.
got stories.
Yeah, I got stories.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Real or imagined?
And,
Story time
I
with
figure,
Wig.
what we're going to do is probably talk to you guys. Let you tell us what inspired you to dive. I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to explain that today. But before we get to, the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad that is with us, I've had so much going on. We're so backlogged and, we get emails all the time and, doing this show for 26 years, it is kind of, I get blinders on and I forget that we don't take as many calls as we used to because we get so many emails. I mean,
you need to make it interactive. I mean, let's talk to
you can
people.
go to ScubaRadio.com and you can click on the link there that it says get on the air and you can record a question for us and we may play it back and address it on the show. We get stuff through Facebook and through YouTube and everything like that. And we try to respond to, that as much as we can. But I don't take, live calls as much anymore because they have a tendency to kind of derail the show a little bit because so many people, especially, when you find out about Scuba Radio, you have a tendency to, listen online, download it to your phone. You may be, behind a week. You may not be listening live. And sometimes people will call in and they'll be, responding to something we did last week or something. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I don't take as many calls. And I figured, I got the time today. Let's go ahead and go to the calls and do a little different type of show, maybe.
Yeah,
And,
why not?
yeah, 888-88-SCUBA is the number to call. Let's go to line 1. Hi, you're on Scuba Radio. Who's this?
Yes, this is Melvin Zuka.
Okay, hi, Melvin. Thanks for calling. What can I do for you?
I'd like to invite your family to come to my juice stand.
Juice stand? Like fruit juice? This is a show about diving, I guess the juice might be good for between dives to stay hydrated, but where is your juice stand? We're near Orlando. Are you local?
I have a little juice stand on the beach in Ormond Beach. It's called Zuka Juice, because that's my name, Melvin Zuka.
Luca Juice. Got it. Yeah, you mentioned that.
And I created my own juice. It's called Zuka Juice.
Look, you're already getting free advertising. We can't just promote your juice on the air like this. It's not fair to our other sponsors.
And it's very healthy. It's got all sorts of vitamins and minerals and nutrients. And
Okay, it's healthy, but how does it taste? Some of this healthy stuff is horrible.
it is really good. People love. They come up to me and they say, Melvin, I love your Zuka Juice. They say, I love your Zuka Juice.
If I drive to Ormond Beach to try your juice, it better be good.
And people like it. It's got all sorts of, it's got fruits and vegetables, and it's good. It's really good. People like it.
So you're saying people like it?
It's good to drink, and it keeps you regular, and it also is very good if you apply the Zuka Juice to your skin.
On your skin, like use Luca Juice for sunscreen?
That's right. You can put the Zuka Juice on your skin, and it protects you from sunburn. And, it's good. It takes 10 years off your skin. And really, if you've got sun damage, you put some Zuka Juice.
Now we're talking. Good to drink on the dive boat, and you can use this Luca Juice as a sunscreen. That's pretty cool. I don't know of any products out there like this.
As a matter of fact, sometimes I get a squirt gun, and I fill it full of Zuka Juice, and we go out and we do a little thing called Shoot the Juice.
Shoot the juice? Did he say shoot the juice? Melvin, tell our Scuba Radio listeners exactly what happens when you shoot the juice.
And what we do is we go onto the beach, I find some girls, and I tell them about Zuka Juice, and I say, can I shoot the juice on your or your leg?
Whoa, Melvin, whoa. Dude, this sounds borderline inappropriate. What do girls say when you do this?
Some of them like it, some of them don't. Some of them get a little upset.
Can you blame them for getting upset? Melvin, look, this sounds pretty strange. There's got to be a better way to promote your Luca Juice, maybe a website. I mean, what's your long-term marketing strategy for this business?
So I walk up to a pretty girl, and I say, hey, can I shoot the juice on your leg? Can I shoot the juice on your leg? I asked her. And what, honey? That was my wife, and she's getting a little upset with my nonsense. So you come by, we'll shoot the juice, okay?
Okay, I'm ending this call right now. This is the reason why we don't usually take live calls on Scuba Radio. Whew. Okay. Wow. I don't know what the hell that was, but kind of illustrates the point that it's probably not wise to take live calls.
Shoot the juice is what he's talking about.
Have you ever heard of Luca Juice?
I have now.
Well, yeah.
It must be a local thing. First, I thought he said local, but he was saying Luca.
Right. Yeah, Jerry, the diver guy, was listening to that. I think while he heard it, he might have shot the juice right there. Is that true?
I know where you're going on vacation now.
What do you mean?
You're
Ormond
going
Beach?
to Ormond Beach.
No, that is incorrect.
Yeah,
Shoot the
whatever.
juice.
No, I'm going to leave that for you guys.
Shot on you.
I'm going to leave you some Luca Juice. So you
No, he
guys have
shoots it
some-
on the girls.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't sound good at all. All right, man. We got to get back on track and quit taking live calls. That's all I learned from that mess. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Boola! You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji. It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a ScubaRadio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
Earth Day. It should be every day. Earth Day. Make sure you recycle today.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. It is Earth Day. Are you celebrating accordingly, CJ?
No.
You should be.
I didn't know it was.
What do you mean? April 22nd. Right. You know why I know? It's because it happens to be my son's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Max.
How about that? He was born on Earth Day. There you go. Bubble Boy, you celebrating Earth Day?
Absolutely not.
Okay. All right. There's that. And then
I
Jared
will
the
be
Diver
recycling, but that doesn't go out until Tuesday.
Oh. Well, then
I can't control that.
You're kind of ahead of the curve for Earth Day. You're thinking, actually,
I'm
Earth Day.
thinking locally and acting globally.
Yeah, but Earth Day should be every
that's
day.
the other way around.
I did light a huge pile of cardboard boxes from Amazon in my backyard.
Okay.
Light them on fire?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I should have taken the polystyrene out, though, because it looked like a small plane crash.
Okay. Well, there's that.
Pictures or it didn't happen.
So Bubble Boy's doing his part to, harm the environment. Fair enough. Jerry the Diver Guy, what say you? How are you celebrating Earth Day?
I watch Earth Planet or Planet Earth 2. That's about it.
What the hell is he talking
I know.
about?
He's watching television.
Okay.
Watch TV.
TV. All right. Well,
Yeah.
that's what you're supposed to do on Earth Day, I
No,
think.
that doesn't count.
Oh, yeah. You're supposed
Back
to get out
your,
and
environmental
celebrate
disaster,
nature.
Bubble
Oh,
Boy. You know what you
yeah.
could do is you could bury it in like a cat turd.
Other than that,
What?
I just go chop
It was
trees
too late.
down.
The fire department showed up, 2 engines,
Yeah.
a water truck. It was
Okay.
bad.
I don't think that's the proper way you're supposed to celebrate Earth Day. You should go on a scuba dive, do a beach cleanup.
Always bury your cat turds.
Yeah.
Because they smell.
Well, I mean, that's what the cats do in the litter box, so you're just following their lead.
But I mean, sometimes they miss one.
Yeah, that's true. But you do what, Jerry? What are you going to do?
I may go out and cut a tree down here in a minute.
Okay, I think our crew has things really mixed up.
Jerry, have you ever
on,
smoked
Earth.
Tootsie Rolls?
That's Arbor Day, Jerry.
No.
Right.
Well, you should try.
Okay.
Well,
Well, it's Earth Day, so celebrate as you see fit, and probably do exactly opposite of our crew.
Smoke a doobie.
No, that's 420. That was 2 days ago.
Oh, I'm getting my
2 days ago.
Maybe that's the problem.
My holidays mixed up.
That explains the responses we've got. There's some lingering after effects of 420 with our crew today, I think.
Smoke hasn't cleared out yet.
Okay. Hey, I do have a major announcement to share with you guys.
Oh, I'll be
and
sure
the
to
world.
miss it.
No, pay attention.
Oh.
You're going to want to know.
Uh-oh.
August 12th through the 19th will be the next ScubaRadio Scuba Cruise with Explore Ventures. And this
Live
one
aboard.
is going to be in the Turks and Caicos. And if things go as I see them, and you know, I am a predictor of the future. I'm kind of the Nostradamus of the dive industry.
You do look like a wizard.
You have large nostrils.
This one's going to be magical, I think. We're working on a special. I'm not at liberty to share all the details just yet, but this is going to be a truly unique ScubaRadio scuba cruise with Explore Ventures in the Turks and Caicos. And we'll have more details for you here in a couple weeks.
Craig's going to disappear?
Well, no, it's going to be something even better. And matter of fact, we're probably going to give everybody a little taste at the scuba show in Long Beach. I think it's June 4th, 5th, Saturday and Sunday, first week of June in Long Beach, California.
Are you going to give them a taste of Luca juice?
Well, we got one of the scuba magicians that are going to be there, and if things go as planned, we are going to saw a mermaid in half.
Oh, I've always wanted to do that.
Live in front of the crowd as they get ready to enter the scuba show.
Use a swordfish.
No, it's a mermaid. We have several mermaids we would like to cut in half.
Listen, if you're going to do this for real, trust me on this.
But,
you should do it on one of those big fish cleaning stations.
Well, you mean
that
like
way
hang
it's
them up?
easier to clean up the blood and everything.
Well,
there's going to be a lot of blood.
If we're lucky, yeah, because if it bleeds,
But
it
I'm
leads.
just saying, if you do it on one of those big fish cleaning stations, then
Right. I mean, the whole goal here is to create buzz for the scuba show in Long Beach.
Buzz.
Buzz. Oh gosh. And if things go south, now we've already
you're going west.
Well, that's true. But I mean, if things go south with the mermaids that we try to cut in half, it took a little.
Have your insurance up to date.
No, I don't care.
That's a special policy.
No, they asked me, and one of them in particular, she said, I've never done this before.
Well, listen,
no problem. What's the worst that can happen?
Trust me.
You get sawed in half.
Get it,
and you die.
Get it.
But think of the upside. Think of the publicity.
Get it in writing.
What do you mean? Writing,
consent, all that stuff, because you don't want to. You saw somebody in half. You don't want to get sued.
Well, no, you just want to figure out how to divide them up.
Protect yourself.
Who gets what? Do you want the top or bottom?
Bottom. Bottom can't complain.
Bubble boy.
I'll take the top.
All right. Well,
you sure that's got the mouth?
Okay. Oh boy. All right. Well, the mermaids aren't with us here at the moment.
Hey,
so
you know what a
smack
sawed in
like
half
this.
mermaids puts in their coffee? Half and half.
Oh, wow. That was terrible. Anyway, so if things go as planned, we're going to do this. And like I said, that might be a little teaser for the ScubaRadio Scuba Cruise.
You know how you could promote that?
And
topless
August.
mermaid. Technically, if you saw her in half.
I did have someone ask me, says, is there any chance you could saw them like long ways in half? So it'd be more equal.
Like a sub roll.
Yeah. And I was like, no, I think it's going to be heads or tails.
Leave that to the magician. He's the expert.
Exactly.
You should be nowhere near cutlery.
This is true. I'll just be there to gawk like everyone else. I think this is going to be a truly special moment in the dive industry.
Well, you better hope it doesn't go over like the last trick did.
What do you mean?
That's in Long Beach?
The one that we had on air the other day.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jerry screwed that one up royally.
I did screw that one
up.
Well, easy. Just don't involve him in this one.
Okay, well, I mean, if he annoys me, we may just practice. Here, cut this guy up before you take one of our mermaids.
Let's make sure the saw is nice and sharp.
We would like just to call him Jerry and then the diver guy. So it'll be half and half. I will get 2 for the price of 1, which might make things worse.
Just
I don't know.
put me out of my misery, so oh well.
Listen to his screams of anguish.
Exactly. What a festive time.
Gee, I love you all too.
Tobacco juice everywhere.
Oh, golly. Yeah, but if you want to book it, get on board for the Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise with Explore Ventures. Call them up, 1-800-322-3577. Tell them you want to join us because I'm telling you, this is going to be special. There's only a limited number of spots that are available, and we literally have just announced it as you've heard it today. So make sure you book it and join the party. More coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, my name is Matt. Please keep listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. This baby's gonna put me through college.
You're way off. I say you're way off this time, son.
And now, here's my dad, Greg the Dive Master.
Yes, it is Max's birthday today, too, by the way, on Earth Day. So happy birthday to my son, Max. And actually, you know, this show did kind of put him through college. He doesn't quite sound the same as he did back in the day.
That would be weird.
But he's having a big old time today for his birthday. So I wish him the best on this Earth Day. And I hope you're celebrating accordingly as well. Now, as I said, I'm getting ready to travel. I'm actually going to go over to the UK, and I'll have a lot to talk about when I get back, even though I'm not planning to do any diving when I'm doing this next trip. It's a family trip and doing a little cruising.
The Untidy Kingdom.
Going to go look at some tulips.
Oh, Lord. No, that's Amsterdam.
Yeah, I'm going to Amsterdam.
You said the UK.
Well, it's over
Europe.
by there. Yeah. Exactly.
The nether regions, CJ.
Exactly. I'm going to the
right.
nether regions. That's where I am.
Make sure
but yeah.
you shave.
A matter of fact, you want to see where I'm going? Watch the latest.
Not anymore.
Watch the latest episode of Ted Lasso. It was filmed in Amsterdam. They just released, and I watched it. I was like, "Hey, that's where we're going."
I just canceled
Sweet.
that.
What? You just
'Cause
canceled Ted Lasso?
Yeah, I had a free subscription and it ran out.
What's wrong with you?
I'm cheap. I don't want to pay for it.
Oh, that's pretty lame, CJ.
Well,
What, are you trying to save your money for dive gear or
I have
what?
a million subscriptions.
Okay, but no Ted Lasso for you.
No, I
huh?
got the Apple deal free for like 3 months.
Yeah, and that was enough for you?
Well, I'd want to keep watching it, but I don't want to pay for it.
Okay.
Unless someone can help me bootleg it.
Well, Jerry the diver guy up there in the mountain of Virginia, he probably has a deal for spring water for cable. He's watching a lot of TV.
No,
he
I'm
said.
talking about Bubble Boys.
Oh, Bubble Boy has
More
a
of
deal.
Tech guy.
Is he?
Yeah.
or a
He's
cable
kind of an
pirate.
evil genius.
I helped Jerry fix his 8-track tape player.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. He's up to speed then. All right. Well, anyway, as I said, we're going to feature some of the regulars you hear on Scuba Radio and dive a little deeper with the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad over the next couple weeks and kind of give you a little bit more of their backstory. Now, I did not do that with you guys. I thought we'd do this live on the show today. So, CJ, let's just start with you. As I ask all these other folks, you'll hear them, next week and the week after.
Could you repeat the question?
The question is, what inspired you to want to become a diver before you actually were? What was it? Was there a TV show? Was there something on cable? Or obviously it wasn't on Apple TV because you just let that expire. But was there anything that inspired you to want to become a diver? Like when you're a little baby.
Can you use it in a sentence?
What, baby?
Country of origin?
No. Nether regions.
Nether regions.
Yeah. So what was there, when was the first time you had you're like, hey, I'd like to be a scuba diver someday?
I enjoy bubbles.
What drove you to diving?
You were making bubbles in the bathtub
my
when you were a
Jeep.
baby?
No.
And that's what inspired you?
What major life change did you experience?
I like being wet.
Oh, this is going nowhere. Bubble Boy, what about you? Can you think of anything? Because obviously, Cock Johnson is stumped on this.
No,
one.
originally, I was inspired, like you, watching Jacques Cousteau as a kid back in the late 70s, but I never got around to it. It was like the 70s, the 80s went by, the 90s went by, in the early 2000s, I'm like, oh, and then he calls me, this guy here.
CJ.
Yeah,
right.
he calls me and says, hey, man, Greg, you remember Greg? I vaguely remember Greg. He's got a scuba show. It's like, hey, he's going to teach us how to dive. I'm like, I don't know, man. I got... I have to work overtime this week. Our dive buddies are going to be 2 Brazilian swimsuit models. I'll be there in 15 minutes.
Okay, that did it. Yeah. That's right. That's
Don't worry about the hemorrhoids.
No,
that'll clear up.
Did they have that?
I don't know.
Okay.
You're not supposed to use them as a flotation device.
Oh, there's that. Yeah, but that's right. You guys got certified together. I was your dive instructor, and here you are all these years later, basking in the glow of being scuba divers. Certified scuba divers. So you feel like you've accomplished something, right? CJ?
That was a long time ago.
That was a long time
2006.
ago. So I guess Scuba Radio inspired you guys a little bit in that sense.
Yeah.
But before that, it was Jacques Cousteau.
I always kind of wanted to, but you know.
Well, that's
you
what
never
I'm saying.
think about it.
Well, that's why I'm asking. I mean, he mentioned Jacques Cousteau. What about you, CJ? You don't remember when you were a kid?
He was coming out of a very dark place.
No. But enough about cave diving. Spelunking. No, well, when I was a little kid swimming in the pool, I would always like to be under the water rather than on the surface.
Really? So you knew there was
hold
something.
my breath and go under.
There was something about the water that
I liked being underwater.
Would caress your baby.
Don't
smooth
make
skin.
it weird.
No, I'm just saying you felt
Jared from
the
Subway.
rush of the cool water, cool clear water through your nether regions, and that's what.
Pump the brakes, Craig. Holy hell! Stop. Put it in reverse.
I think
gently back out of the driveway.
Your secret is Luca juice, isn't it? That's why he still looks like
Well, the Luca juice helps me get in and out of the wetsuit.
Ah, that's
easier.
right. Okay. There's that.
It lubricates.
All right. So when you were swimming around as a kid, you just thought there was something
I just
about
like being
underwater.
underwater.
Yeah.
All right. I used to snorkel.
All right, which
And
is the
later
gateway
on,
drug for scuba
when I
diving
was an
for most
older
people.
Kid, like
Right.
early teens, we'd go to the springs.
Yep.
And we'd have just fins and a mask and a snorkel.
Right, and just go
And I'm like,
go at it.
wow, I can move much faster. I can see everything. This is pretty cool.
Which spring did you go to?
Wakaiva.
Wakaiva. Okay, I'll give you a little tease for next week or the week after. I'm talking to Neil about his first, experience to learn how to dive. Guess where you think it was? It was a spring.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before.
No, you haven't.
Off the air.
Blue Springs? Yeah. It was.
I know it.
See, Bubble Boy picked it, but it was right here in our backyard.
No.
Blue Springs. That's where the dive god.
Yeah, CJ and I've been there a couple of times.
Well, yeah, I have too.
That's nice.
But that was something new. I didn't know he got certified or that's where he learned how to dive, was in Blue Springs. That never happened on Scuba Radio before.
We talked about it, but you don't.
Wrong!
You don't pay attention.
No, that is wrong.
Your mind is crumbling.
Jerry the Diver Guy.
Like a 3-month-old chocolate chip cookie.
How about you? What say you when it comes to what inspired you to dive?
Chips
or what
Ahoy.
was it?
Old classic reruns of Sea Hunt.
Okay.
Jacques Cousteau.
Was that the one with Mike Hunt?
Mike Nelson. Mike Nelson is his name.
Oh, Mike Nelson.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that one.
I thought that's why they called it Sea Hunt.
Yeah. Well, no, he was an adventure diver. A lot, Sea Hunt, if you ask around the dive industry, inspired God knows how many.
Countless of people.
Yes. I mean, a ton of folks to learn how to dive. Now, that was a little bit before my time.
Anyone named Hunt?
I don't think so. It was Mike Nelson. Mike Nelson was his name.
Nelson. Got it.
But so is that was your inspiration? For me, it was The Abyss, the movie The Abyss. I've said that many times that I wanted to go where they filmed that movie. And then years later, I found out it was all smoke and mirrors when they weren't even underwater half the time. But still inspired me, and I give it credit to this day, or blame. If
at least it got you underwater.
That's true. That's true. But there was so you Sea Hunt. You had the Undersea World of Jacques Cousteau. Anything else? Were there friends that kind of greased the wheel for you to become a diver, Jerry, or would you just take the initiative on your
I
own?
was the oddball stuck here in the mountains.
Yeah,
that
you're in
wanted
the
to go
mountains of
scuba
Virginia,
diving.
and like, hey, I want to go scuba diving. Oh.
And they laughed at me.
Well,
and now
well,
look
they're
at
still
me.
laughing at
and
me.
all these years later,
And they're still laughing.
Never changes, does it? All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hey, man. Hey, what are you doing today? I don't know. I was kind of bored. Do you want to do something cool? Well, like what? We could go scuba dive. Oh, yeah, that sounds great. But I've never done it before. Well, there's only a few things that you got to do to be good at it, and it's really easy to learn. Here, I'll show you. Come with me.
Okay, everyone, let's get our gear on. Let's go for a dive. Taxi right here.
Now to be a scuba diver, it can be so much fun. Making memories and sharing good times in the sun. Descend with the quickness, equalize so you don't pop. To avoid decompression sickness, always make a safety stop. You know, gonna be a scuba diver. Gonna be an underwater survivor. I'm gonna be a scuba diver.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to scuba divers. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio. Jerry the Diver Guy connected via the web as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. All right, a couple little news nuggets I wanted to share with everybody today. Jean-Michel Cousteau, the son of Jacques Cousteau, good friend of the big show here. Actually, he's 84 years old. I can't believe he's that old. He still looks great. There was a story came out associated with Earth Day. I'm talking about a new relationship he has with the Ritz-Carlton hotel chain. And they're doing a program. If you go there, I guess, stay at the hotel, you can join their Ambassadors of the Environment program. And I guess they have it right now in the Cayman Islands and Grand Cayman. They're going to expand it out to other places around the world, like the Maldives, wherever there's a Ritz-Carlton. Jean-Michel Cousteau's, Ambassadors of the Environment program might be available for you to partake in.
I really enjoy their crackers.
They do have great crackers, don't they? I'll tell you, I had an experience in Nevis at the Ritz-Carlton in Nevis. I'll never forget. We spent 24 hours there because that's all we could afford. But we went and they brought the chef out, and we had this little cabana out on the beach, and we all went out on a dive boat and caught fresh lobster right off the beach. And we brought it back, and he cooked it right there for us in the cabana. It was pretty awesome. You know, catch your fresh catch of the day kind of thing with the chef from the Ritz-Carlton.
Is that the one where you sat on the antenna?
What do you
Or that
mean?
was a different trip?
That was a different trip, yeah. That was a story we weren't supposed to share on the air. Thank you.
I'm just trying to keep it real.
You son of a bitch.
Trying to keep
All
it
right.
real, as the kids
All right,
say.
look, another thing, I threw this out to the crew before the show today, was about the CUDA jet. So this caught my eye. This is a new device. It just popped up like, I don't know, it was on my Facebook feed or something.
That thing
for boating.
looks cool as hell.
And it's the world's first underwater jetpack. I want to say it's, where was it? It was like Finland or someplace. It's someplace overseas. But it looks very, very cool. The only downside about it, I mean, you basically strap it on, and it kind of almost looks like a rebreather system backpack. But it has two, underwater jets on the back of it. And you wear this thing. It's not for scuba diving, at least not according to their website. But you go fast. I mean, it's like swimming, and you don't have to do anything.
You go, girl.
Well, you could be a girl or a guy. But the CUDA jet is the name of this thing. It looks very, Rocketeer kind of, like. But it's basically like wearing a BC jacket with this back-mounted jet on the back of it. And, like the Rocketeer, when you see the two missiles and he shoots up in the air. You remember that movie, right?
Shoot the juice.
Yeah, well, it is. You kind of are shooting the juice. Being, in the water, and they're just snorkeling. They don't. I mean, the thing goes so fast. Literally, you could jump up out of the water like one of these scuba bobs. Have you seen those? Which is like a wave runner type device. It can go underwater to a certain depth and literally go so fast, jump out of the water like a dolphin.
Is one of the models called the milkweed?
I don't think that's. I think there's just one. Model called the CUDA jet. Yeah, Jerry, you saw this, right?
Scuba diving.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it'd be pretty cool. I mean, it'd be awesome if you could get it for scuba diving too.
Well, the thing is, you're probably moving so fast, it may not be safe. I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I think there's a way to control the speed of it.
Well, yeah, of course you can control the speed with it. And the thing is, it's hands-free pretty much too. Because it mounts to your back and you have a little controller in your hand.
You're basically like Iron Man underwater.
That's it. That's a good way to describe it. That is very much, and it kind of looks like that too. I mean, it's very sleek on the back, and they show the guys going through the water. I mean, they're cranking. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to. Let's see. I guess I had to look at the website and see what it says. How fast they say this thing will go, but it's
enough to blow your shorts off.
Well, okay. If you prefer to do it that way. I mean, I'd just take them off if I were you and go commando. And
no, thank you.
No,
I don't want him to. No.
But I mean, it looks like a hell of a lot of fun. Let's see. Okay, run time 40 minutes on a charge, weighs 13 pounds, and 30 kilograms of thrust. And I don't know what that means in speed. Oh, wait, speed, what? 3 miles per second. 30 miles per second. Wow.
30 miles per second.
What is it? It says 30 ms.
I believe that's supersonic.
What is that? 3
ultrasonic.
30 meters per second? No. What is that?
Milliliters.
Well, like I said, it must be some weird.
Greg,
measurement.
have you had your blood checked? Are you anemic?
No, it says speed 30 ms. What would that be? Come on, Bubble Boy. You're the
multiple
genius.
sclerosis.
It's made in England, by the way. That's where it is.
Why don't you ask ChatGPT, Greg?
No, I will not. I have you. You're like our the next best thing when Barry's not
I've
here.
been banned from ChatGPT.
I was checked out as soon as the woman's buttocks came up.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, they do have some impressive
When
pictures.
you were scrolling, I was like,
they're modeling the Cuda jet, and it's funny. I didn't even notice she was wearing one.
That is 3 meters per second, Greg.
3 meters per second. I thought it says 30.
It's got 3.0.
Oh, it's 3. There's a point in there. The print's very small. So, see, that's why I said 30.
buttocks.
No. So, but you can't really, or at least right now, they're not thinking about the dive market, but they ought to bring this to the dive market. Why not?
Where would you put your tank? Like a Sidewinder deal?
Maybe, do like a side mount thing, or just figure out a way to put
Just
a
hug
tank.
your tank. Just hug onto it. Hold it in front of you like a child.
Okay, you
like
could
a
do that.
papoose.
Like a what?
This is my papoose.
Okay.
Like the engines.
That's insane. That's insane talk. Is what
For your
that is.
regulator and hold your tank like a papoose.
Yeah. Actually, years ago,
And then
I
you
did
can
work
have the back mount.
with a guy who actually tried to, bring a scooter that mounted to your backpack.
Or what about a spare air?
What do you mean?
You could breathe off a spare air. Try that thing out.
Well, I guess you could for as long as it would last, but
Yeah,
if
I'm just gonna-
it's not, you wouldn't be doing full scuba.
Ripping
You know.
sand dollars and sea starfish.
Yeah, starfish, right.
Grabbing starfish.
It would be fun, though.
Throwing them like Chinese stars.
But we did have these backpacks. The problem, they actually the scooter part of the device mounted to the bottom of a tank boot, so it made your tanks.
I remember those.
Yeah, it made your tanks really long, and the only downside, it worked good, but if you wanted to go out on a charter boat, they wouldn't fit in the tank racks. It was a big mess and all this kind of thing. This Cuda jet's pretty compact. And you can throw it on your own boat. I don't know if you'd still have the problem with doing it, but right now it's not scuba, it's snorkeling.
You know what that music means? Where's the bar?
Oh, no, we got another hour of the show on deck.
Exactly.
The Aqua Gypsy is going to join us. She just got back from the Bahamas. We'll talk to her next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters?
Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown? Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show Devoted to Diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ and Bubble Boy are in the studio with me. And we got Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. That includes Jerry the Diver Guy and now Vinny Two Tanks and the Aqua Gypsy. Guys, how are you? What's going on?
Great.
Are you doing good, Vinny?
I'm doing really good.
Yeah. Your mic's not really on. I don't think
It's not on?
or
Really?
maybe I don't think it's selected. What do you think there, Jerry? I think he might have it on his computer. Give me the thumbs up if you think he's got it right. But it sounds like it might be messed up a little bit there. But it'd be the first time that ever happened in the history of Scuba Radio where Vinny might have a little issue with his audio. Vinny, two mics. He needs two mics, you think?
Vinny, two mics, yeah.
Yeah, it could be. That could be a little bit of what's going on. I don't know. But we'll get that worked out. Now, as I said earlier in the show, next couple of weeks I'm going to be traveling. But I do have some special shows planned for the next couple of weeks where we're going to find out or dive a little deeper with some of the members of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Jerry, or not Jerry the Diver Guy, Neil Watson, Captain Walt DiMartini. Let's see, who else? Eric Douglas, Roz from the UK even, which she really goes deep into some stuff she's done in the past. It kind of surprised me. So I learned there was a lot of learning going on this week that I'm going to share with everybody while I'm away. Are you going to plan to listen, CJ? What do you think?
Sure, I am.
Yeah, you sound very convinced that it's, you're not helping me.
You know what's really cool is you can actually learn a lot about people when you stop talking about yourself.
Who? What do you mean?
Isn't it great?
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Old Cock Johnson kind of threw me under the bus there during the last commercial break. And did you post that on Facebook?
Yes, I did.
Oh, you son of a bitch. So
I didn't post it on Scuba Radio, though. I only posted it on mine.
Oh, okay. Well,
so
then leave it there.
Only our friends that are
now,
friends
you
of
can
mine
see
will
this on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch, but
you can't hear it.
Well, yeah, that's true.
I've been trying to.
There's a reason.
These bumper music that Greg plays coming out of commercial.
Yeah.
Back to the show.
Right.
Before he turns the microphones on.
There's that.
We can hear it in our headphones, and he sings along to it.
Yeah, and quite well.
Very badly,
I should say.
And,
no, that's not true.
It's really funny.
That's rumor and innuendo.
I've been trying to record it with my phone for months. I had this idea. I'm like, I gotta catch this, but I'm always just a little too late.
Right.
This time I anticipated. I had the camera ready. It was pointed at you. It was on video. I was ready to go.
Yeah.
And then the magic happened. You started singing. Yeah. It was a little pitchy. It was flat.
What? Now I know you're lying. And
really?
I know you're.
Would you like me to play it?
No,
I
don't need to. I haven't had a chance to process it yet.
Pretty awesome.
Before it goes out to the world, we usually send it through pitch correction and that kind of thing. What? Oh, that's not me. That's AI. See?
No, that's you, dude.
You're lying. You're making up stuff.
You sound like Dustin Hoffman from Rain Man.
Some dive buddy you've become. I will say, you suck.
We're not diving right now. Technically, I'm not your dive buddy. We're only in the water.
Okay. Yeah, you watch that.
On land, I can do whatever I want.
I'm going to cut your hose next time we're diving.
Hey.
That's what'll happen.
I've already been circumcised.
All right. Now let's check with Vinny Two Tanks. I think we got his mic situated now. How you doing, Vinny? Talk to me. No, we can't hear him at all. Okay. And that's how the next, hour
Give
will
him
go.
a chance. He's got to figure it out.
It was muted.
There it is.
Hear me fine. I was muted. I'm sorry.
Tap on your mic, Vinny, because it doesn't sound like you're talking into it.
He's still going through the computer.
Yeah, you're going through your computer.
You can't hear me?
No. Yeah,
we can hear you, but not through your mic.
But it's like echo.
I'll fix it.
Fix it, Vinny. And we'll talk to the Aqua Gypsy. We'll go to her instead while he works on his
sitting there waiting.
So patient. How are you doing, Brittany? What's going on?
I'm doing good, thanks. How are you, Greg?
I was great until CJ threw me under the bus and totally derailed things.
I just want to give listeners a little peek behind the scenes.
They don't want to see that.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
It's pretty funny.
I already saw it on Instagram. Actually.
I tagged her,
geez.
so she'd see it.
And so you know it was AI. It wasn't me. That was
No,
AI.
dude, that's
Greg, the Dive
100%
Master.
you.
Wrong.
Good try.
So wrong.
If it was AI, it might be auto-tuned and actually sound good.
What do you mean? Didn't
would
sound good?
No, it did not.
Brittany thought it sounded good, right, Brittany?
It sounded like your flat voice. Yeah.
Huh. Okay. I might take that as a win.
Sounded like you had your head somewhere else.
Whoa.
In the dark nether regions.
Buttocks.
I don't think that's accurate.
Lake Titicaca.
Quiet. All right. Brittany, let's talk about diving because you just got back from the Bahamas. And you did a pretty cool adventure. First off, you went out on a boat, or like a private yachet. Yachet is the way they say it for boat owners. Yachet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how they do it.
Yak.
You just learned something, didn't you? Learning has occurred.
I
there
don't
you go.
believe you anymore.
Anyway, so what, it was like a 100-foot yacht you were on, or what was this exactly?
No, it was like 84-foot.
Oh, that's close enough. Round up.
Yeah.
Round up.
Yeah, I was hired to be the dive master on the boat.
Awesome.
And so basically, the owners just wanted to go out and test out the boat and just see how it would run.
See how it floated.
How we were going to sort of dive off it. Yeah, and how we were going to run off it, what we were going to do when it came to diving. And so it was good. We had a fun time.
Yeah, isn't that the way to, I mean, that's like the ultimate freedom if you're a diver. You just go on your own boat like that. It's basically your own liveaboard. And you did this for how long?
We did it for 5 days.
Okay.
But we were 3 days on passage. So we really only had like a couple days to kind of hang out. So 1 day in Bimini and 1 day in Chub Key. But we made the most of it and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Was this somebody famous? The boat owner?
No.
Probably.
No one's famous.
Well, no, it was.
Well, everyone's famous.
Hey, if you got a boat like that, I think you that counts as being famous, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah. See, Vinny's game. It was probably someone famous. Pick someone famous. Who do you think it would be? CJ?
Michael Jordan.
It was Michael Jordan's boat. We'll go with that. Why not?
Johnny
How was the
Depp,
boat?
actually.
Did he have a compressor and did he have?
Yeah.
Oh wow! So you had a set up for diving. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did a refresher course in their pool the Saturday before we left, just to kind of go over all the equipment, and then after that we it was 6:30 show and 7 a.m. go on Monday morning, and we were gone.
About that. So was it everything it sounds like, which is awesome?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I mean, I've done that before, and I will tell you, it is a pretty sweet way to go because you just go on your own schedule, whatever you want to do. And, 5 days is a little short. You need more time than that, huh? Since you traverse. And the conditions were pretty good or kind of shaky those days or what?
Yeah, one of the days it got worse when we got back. So we were very happy to not extend our trip.
Yeah.
We had met some people that actually were coming back up to Jupiter. So they were going past where we are in Fort Lauderdale. And they had a very rough ride coming home.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. You don't want the rough rides, but you want to be able to dive on your own schedule whenever you want. And we'll go a little deeper with the Aqua Gypsy next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio Scuba Cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on on board with you or not. I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Hi, I'm Captain Slate from Captain Slate's Atlantis Dive Center in Florida, and you're listening to my good buddy and dive pal, Greg the Dive Master, from the world's first radio show devoted to diving, Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio. I love it.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Cap Slate, one of the people that we're going to feature in the next couple weeks as well. What inspired him to learn how to scuba dive? We've never covered that on the show, but you will hear that. I believe that'll be not next Saturday, but the weekend after. So there you go.
Tune in to find out.
Yes, that's right.
What school do you got here?
Excuse me?
No. Go
ahead. Yeah. All right. So the Aqua Gypsy is with us, Brittany, and she just got back from diving on a private yacht.
What was it? Club Chub?
Chub Key in the Bahamas, and Bimini. So now we've been to Bimini. That's we've done some great dives at Bimini. What did you see underwater when you went there, and where did you go? What do you think, Britt?
Well, in Chub, the weather was too bad, so we couldn't dive, but we actually ended up going to the blue hole there. So we just kind of cannonballed in and snorkeled around.
Boy, with the blue hole of Chub Key or of Bimini?
Chub Key.
Did you dive the concrete boat?
The concrete boat. Oh, the Sapona. I mean. Sakona.
No, we went there and we swam it, but there was a lot of people there, and it just wasn't conducive to diving when we were at the Sapona. But.
Now, I don't know much about Chub Key, so obviously they got a blue hole inland, and that's what you did because the seas were too rough that day. So you just got off the boat, got in a dinghy, and went to shore, and then there's like a blue hole there on the island somewhere, or what? Exactly.
Yeah. So this is like in the Berry Islands. So it's right above like Little Harbor.
Barry has his own islands in the Bahamas. How about that?
Quit playing with your dinghy.
Whoa.
Yes. We took a dinghy there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then you just did some fun swimming and snorkeling in the blue hole.
Mm-hmm.
Was it clear and blue, or was it murky and like dark water kind of stuff? I've seen both.
It reminded me of like Devil's Den.
Yeah, but it was still clear and blue ocean water, right?
Right. Yeah, but it was kind of like Devil's Den. You know how when it's very sort of like mossy and there's
spooky.
Green. Yeah.
For boating, right? Yeah. But it was nice, clear blue water. I've been to other blue holes in the Bahamas, and you get that brackish stuff because it mix with the, like the vegetation inland and we did that years ago. Remember then when we dove the brown hole?
The brown hole.
The Devil's Crack?
The brown hole of Andros.
I think that's where the locals threw all their old appliances.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but it was a mix of ocean and fresh water.
I think that was called Satan's Taint.
No, I don't think that was what they call it. I don't think that's accurate, CJ. So
Titicaca.
No, that was not in Peru either. Brittany, don't you jump on the bandwagon.
Too late.
Okay, so but you did the blue hole. You just snorkeled
Other
around
thing.
and just had fun. But in Bimini, so which dive sites did you go to in Bimini? What'd you see in Bimini?
Well, we went to the Sapona.
Okay.
And then we dove the Atlantis Bimini Road, the road to Atlantis.
Right.
Because the owner, he just wanted to see that, so he was really excited about that.
Yeah.
And then we went to Honeymoon Harbor and we fed the stingrays and the nurse sharks.
How about that?
Fun.
Yeah. See, I haven't done that yet over in Bimini with the.
That was
is
fun.
the stingrays and there's nurse sharks too in the same spot, or is it a different place for the nurse sharks?
Yeah, that was
same.
Yeah, no, it was all in the same spot. That was really, really cool.
Yeah.
We just had a couple boxes of squid.
Yeah.
And we just
How many stingrays did they have there on that dive in Bimini? I figure.
Honestly, like hundreds.
Really? So it literally is as popular or as busy as it is like Stingray City in the Caymans. I've heard this, but I didn't know if it was quite the spectacle. But heck, if they got 100 stingrays, it sure is. But see, that's the diversity you get in the Bahamas. That's typically, the thing is that, like, you go to Bimini. The last few times we've been focused on going and doing the great hammerhead sharks, but they got this really cool stingray dive. We've done the Sapona a few times, but they also have the wild dolphins. Did you guys look for those while you're out on this yacht too, or no? Or try? Or give it?
Well, this all happened when we were going around on the dinghy, but, while we were at Stingray City, actually, Neil Watson's crew pulled up with their boat, and they had people that got off too. So I know, and last year or in January when we went, I was going to do the stingray thing after we finished the shark dive, but it was a little too cold. But this time I was excited to go because it wasn't that cold. But it actually wasn't a dive. You kind of just walk in the water and it's up to your knees. So it's very easy. Anyone can do it. Really.
Oh, wait. It's up to your knees. It's only like 2 or 3 feet of water then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yep. For the stingrays it is.
So, I mean, is there an area where you can actually go down under the water like on scuba and see them too, or no? Or is it really more of a sandy kind of thing? Oh, okay. Well, that's a little different. That's like Stingray Beach.
When you're feeding the stingrays, is it up to your low knee or your high knee?
Honey ho!
Okay. Honey ho! It's funny that you say that. Actually, the high knee. For sure, the high knee, because my upper thigh, they were coming at us so quickly.
I'm listening.
That when I went to feed one, it came up and its tail whipped me in the leg.
It whipped you in the high knee?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did it go?
I got a welt from it.
Really?
Whap it, whap it, whap it.
So actually, the stinger got you a little bit, or just you got whacked? You think?
I think I just got. It was like a bull whip that just whipped my upper thigh. Yeah.
Whip it good.
Wow, that's awkward. Yeah. Okay. Well, that sounds pretty. No hickeys though.
No hickeys.
Yeah,
no.
that's what they.
I was looking for one.
Wait, you could have got that right. Yeah, that's what the stingrays do in Stingray City. They give all the tourists that are feeding them hickeys, because that's how the stingrays eat. They suck the squid up out of your hand, and they'll go around, they'll swim, and if if there's a bunch of them, they're coming around, they might come up on your back or shoulder or arm or something, and next thing you know, they've locked onto your flesh.
How did that go, Greg?
You heard me. You heard me, Tam.
So it actually sucked my GoPro.
Oh, it did?
I had
suck on this.
Yeah, I had my GoPro underwater, and I was kind of knelt down, and he came like over top of my GoPro.
Yeah.
And so I have his mouth in my GoPro. There's video footage of it.
Nice. So you were rolling when the stingray inhaled your GoPro. That had to be a pretty cool shot.
Yeah.
And you got it back. You spit it out, I assume.
Oh yeah.
Well, there you go. That's good. That's good. That's cool stuff. It makes me want to go.
I know.
Yeah. See, she just did this on her own. She wasn't going to call any of us losers to join. Yeah, no, I can't.
That was a job. She's
a smart gal. Yeah,
she's working.
Indeed. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio.
Scuba. Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no, Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Dad, what are you doing in there?
I look these fish right in the eye, and they look back at me, and they see right through me. They know who I am, these fish.
Come on, baby, and do the fish. I'm gonna teach it to you right. Come on, baby, just like this. We're gonna do the fish tonight. Whoa, sing it. Do the fish, come on, come on.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to fish and, diving with the fish. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ and Bubble Boy in the studio with me. We got Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, and the Aqua Gypsy, Brittany, connected via the web as part of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Brittany just got back from diving a private charter, she was hired to be the dive guide on a yacht. How cool of a gig is that? Are you going to be doing that all the time now, Brittany? Or what do you think?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I certainly hope so. It was a lot of fun.
That's a good gig if you can get it, for sure. Yeah.
She's officially the coolest one of us now.
Yeah. Well, now she lives in Lauderdale, where all the big boats are. So it's a good opportunity.
Yeah. While in Rome or Fort Lauderdale, for that matter. Yeah. You got a lot of big boats by you, Vinny. Why don't you do that over on the left coast?
Because I'm not a dive master.
You're not. What are you? What is your level of certification? What are you?
I have an advanced PADI.
And okay, and then he's a master of two tanks because he has two tanks all the time when he dives. So that ought to count for something.
Hopefully, Brittany has one now too. You don't carry it with you, do you?
I do. Yeah,
of course.
Really.
Yeah.
I do.
There you go.
I'm glad to hear
that. When I go shore diving, I always bring a spare air.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Good gal. She knows her
Also,
stuff.
it comes in handy if you have a panicked student.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have any of those. You were diving with some pretty well-trained folks because you trained them. Isn't that right, Brittany? Yeah, so they knew what they were doing. It's like me taking CJ and Bubble Boy diving. I trained them. Oh,
we'd be way better if Brittany trained us.
Yeah, I was going to say that's not a good example, is it? Anyway.
We're kind of self-taught.
Are you? You're a liar.
We have some other things going on, Greg.
Well, you got back from your trip, and then you went right to Tortuga Fest, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah.
We did. Mr. Gomez. Well, it started out as Walt and I, and then Mr. Gomez showed up.
Gomez, Julio, or who?
I think all of them showed up.
Yeah, I was going to say.
There must have been a bottle of Zacapa around to cause that.
Well, it didn't really matter what kind of booze it was by the time it gets to Julio. But yeah, I heard Tortuga Fest actually went quite well. And that is a huge concert out on the beach in Fort Lauderdale every year. And I don't know, Shania Twain played, and who Eric Church and Kenny Chesney.
Yeah.
Oh, you hear how she said that? She said, "Oh, Ken and Chesney."
Yeah.
She's getting all hot and bothered. It sounds like to me. I don't know, but it was a good time, was it?
It was cool, yeah. And then also, I mean, this is to really promote awareness for the ocean conservation in general.
Right.
So in the center of the whole thing, there's 2 stages, and then in the center of the whole thing, there's Conservation Village. And so, of course, Walt and I went and we walked through Conservation Village, and we chatted with everyone. FWC was there.
Yeah.
Nova was there. Let's see, CCA was there. There's just a bunch of Moat Marine Labs were there. So there's a lot of good people.
Yeah, got a lot of good ocean protection organizations that you can learn about in between all the concert venue stuff.
Conservation Village. That's cool.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Bubble Boy was at Constipation Village.
Whoa, that was a different concert altogether.
Yeah. Robert Carmichael was there with his submarine.
Oh, really? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I've wanted to go down to this thing, but matter of fact, Brittany and Walt even invited me to come, but I couldn't do it because I got this big travel coming up. So actually, we dive a little deeper with the Aqua Gypsy and Walt in the next
Wilt.
Excuse me?
Wilt
Chamberlain, yeah.
Huh.
Did I misspeak?
Yeah.
No, I did. I don't think I did. So yeah. So we got a little bit more, what inspired Brittany how to dive, right, Britt? We learned a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yep.
So that'll happen in the next couple of weeks. One of the people I didn't speak to yet about what got them into diving was Vinny Two Tanks. Now, see, I didn't know that he was only advanced certified. I thought you were a little more advanced than that. I mean, advanced is fine. You got thousands of dives probably under your belt, don't you, Vinny?
I would say so, yeah.
How many? Do you have any idea?
No, I never kept a log. I never kept a log.
Never? Not even like that. I did my first 100 dives, and then after that, I gave up. But you didn't do it from day one, huh? Well, what inspired you to learn how to dive in the first place back in the day?
Well, it was the classic 50s and 50s show Sea Hunt.
Okay, it was when you were one of those.
That up as a kid. So, and as soon as I turned 18, I certified, and I started diving with no BC, no air pressure gauge,
bare-chested speedos, the whole thing.
Just a J valve, if you know what a J valve is.
I've heard of these. Yes,
and just I was just like Mike, except I didn't have double tanks.
Yeah. And you wanted to be like Mike? Why? Just because he was just so cool, or if you thought you would be like that, ladies would be impressed, or what?
I think I don't know, but I think I did recently find out that if you're into astrology, that I was born in the year of the water snake in Chinese.
Oh,
so
really?
I think water's. I just always liked being in the water as a kid. I like going to the public pool as a kid. And
so maybe that's your thing, CJ, because you were saying you liked it when the cool, clear water splashed against your nether regions.
I didn't say that.
I think that's what he said. He
I
said that
heard you
earlier.
say that.
Yeah,
I
he
heard you say that.
Yeah, see, she heard it.
Okay.
And so maybe you. Well, are you? Are you under the sign of the water snake?
How dare you? How dare you besmirch my name?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm not touching that.
Cock Johnson, I think.
I'm not touching that.
That's what she said. Anyway, so
Walked right
okay.
into that one.
Yeah, I did.
It's
a row today.
More of a constrictor than
yes, exactly.
Speaking of diving, when's the next Scuba Radio group trip on?
You missed it. Sorry,
we already talked about it.
We talked about it in hour one, Vinny. You weren't there.
Oh well, I'll go back and listen to it.
Well, that's the only way.
Blocked you.
No, I guess. Well, should we tell them?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, okay. Yeah, it's next one is going to be Turks and Caicos, August 12th through the 19th, with Explorer Ventures as usual. However, this one's going to be truly special because it's going to be magical.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got a special twist.
Oh, we're having the
involved.
magician on board.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Don't give it away, you big dummy.
Well, you did say magic.
Yeah,
the Egyptian magician.
You said magic. Come on.
Yeah.
Is he coming?
It could be. We're
pretty
working out.
entertaining.
Yeah.
That or a leprechaun.
Well, we're gonna see how things go at the scuba show because we're gonna saw a mermaid in half. How about that?
Now that sounds interesting.
That
You got to see that.
Okay, so but what we have to figure out is once we do, what is it, Vinny? Heads or tails? What do you want of the mermaid?
Tails.
You would like the tails.
Oh, Vinny picked good.
Oh,
That's what I said too.
he likes it a fish.
Oh.
The fish is good. I don't know. Yeah, but we're going to divide the, if things go as planned, we may murder a mermaid at the scuba show. Or, I don't know, I
Not intentionally.
I just told him I want to saw a mermaid in half. I didn't say anything about, putting her back together after the illusion.
Plastic surgery.
Is that what it is? I say duct tape.
You're going to be in California, so there's tons of them.
Well, okay. All right. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Bula Vinaka, I'm Maggie Khan of Matava Eco Resort, Nadeva Kandavu, south of the Pacific Islands in Fiji. You are listening to Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to scuba diving. And now here's a guy I got liquored up enough to put on a grass skirt. Greg, the dive master. Greg, you wicked girl.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Hey, I got this other story. I'm sure this is not a coincidence because Vinny Two Tanks told us that he was born under the sign of the sea snake.
Water snake, he said.
Well, water snake, sea snake, same difference. I got a
Easter
story.
eel.
I was going to throw it out there. Dolphin. There's a dolphin that actually has been seen eating sea snakes, like feeding on
Like
them.
spaghetti?
Yeah. And, sea snakes, I don't know if you know this, they're the most poisonous snake in the world. They have them in Australia. We don't have them where we are here in the States, but they do have them. I've dove with them. They're, they're not really risky to dive with because their mouths are very small, but they do have a toxin in them that will kill someone in seconds if they were to inject their venom into you.
Danger is your
But it
business.
surprised some researchers that were tracking dolphin behavior, and the dolphins actually went and ate them. Slurped
Greg,
it right down.
Maybe it was an aphrodisiac.
I don't know what it was.
The dolphin was like, I don't give a damn.
Maybe.
Yeah, he's like,
But
give me some of that.
or it could be a sign that Vinny Two Tanks is supposed to dive with the dolphins. He's a numerologist. He's into all that crazy stuff.
That's
No. I just
Don't call him
happened to
crazy.
notice. No, I know. I just
I don't mean crazy like crazy nuts. I mean like crazy like insane.
Just because he's tapped into deeper stuff than you are.
Well, no, I'm saying there's a purpose for it. It could be a sign that Vinny Two Tanks is supposed to dive with dolphins.
Now who sounds crazy?
But
Greg.
also, I don't
Yeah.
know why, but
Why?
I also like to listen. I like to listen to opera, and I don't know why, but maybe in my past life, if there's a past life or something, maybe I was into. Maybe I was an opera singer. I don't know.
Insane. I rest my case.
There are no
There you go.
Maybe you were an opera singer underwater and the dolphins.
Right.
were your Chorus.
Maybe.
Orchestra.
Okay, I see the connection. If you're crazy, no, I don't know. I mean, yeah, things happen for a reason.
Snakey, wake and bakey.
I think it all happens for a reason. I do. I think we're called to the ocean. I honestly do. I don't.
No, I
don't
think
think
there's
it's
something to that.
Yeah,
Some people
see.
are attracted to water.
Yeah.
Some people can't stand the water.
Well, not just that. I mean, I think it's like there's thought that we came from the ocean or came from the water initially. Depending on what you believe and all that kind of stuff. But the fact that when you become a scuba diver and you start diving at any kind of length and you kind of get very comfortable. I mean,
Well, we all started as swimmers.
we did. That is true. And but when you get in there and you get mellow. You just zone out. I mean, it's a very Zen type of experience after you get under the water and you're truly, relaxed. It's one of the most meditative things and activities you can do, right?
Another thing about it that amazes me is every time we go diving, you see animals. There's so many different animals, and it's hard to believe that they just happen.
Yeah.
There's so many different.
You never know when like a turtle head will pop up, right, Bubble Boy?
Oh, yes, you do.
There are signs.
Really? Okay.
Gaseous emissions.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, you're with me on this too, Brittany, aren't you? Do you kind of go into the zone after a while, especially, when you're teaching, it's very difficult to get there, I think, because you're watching off after your people too much. But when you get out there and you're just out there having fun, do you kind of go into the zone and kind of, turn it into a meditative kind of thing when you dive, or you more, active, like you're on a mission all the time? What do you think?
No, I think that teaching makes it better, because when I'm not teaching and then I get underwater, I'm like, oh, I'm so free.
Right.
You know what I like to do to Greg to really put him in the zone is we flip him over like a shark.
Tonic immobility.
Yeah.
You turn his air off underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would
Then I shoot the juice.
No. And I would prefer, you don't rub me there.
I don't. That wasn't me.
There's only one way to put me into tonic immobility. Right. Tonic immobility. Right.
Greg has been ridden like a bull underwater.
Whoa, hey.
Yes.
Hey now.
Really?
I paid for that.
Cowboy.
But
he was a cowboy for sure.
Yeah, well, it's what you do. It's sometimes
that would explain the assless chaps.
Right.
I've seen CJ suffer from gin. Oh, not gin. No,
gin?
Vodka tonic immobility. Yeah.
Oh, well, there's that.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
My favorite.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, you can. Everybody has different reasons, but once again, I do think it's one of those kind of things that you can really get heavy into the whole mental aspects of it, or like this was where I was meant to be.
You should be relaxed. You should enjoy it.
Yeah, and once again, I go back to the shows that we got coming up over the next couple of weeks. I go deeper with people like the Dive God and Captain Walt Martini and Captain Slate, and I ask them quite a bit about what got them into diving in the first place, and then what it's like, and one of the continuing themes I heard over all the interviews I conducted for the next couple weeks was sea hunt, big factor for a lot of those folks, big time, even the younger people. But beyond that is that they felt that once they got into diving, they felt like, okay, this is where I belong. And that's where I go back to, like, when you go underwater and you kind of zone out and you get into the environment and you get relaxed, there's something about it. There's something beyond words almost that I think a lot of divers can relate to. Is anybody with me on this? Am I on an island? There, Jerry, the diver guy. What do you think? You feel
agree
it?
with you.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And I heard this from pretty much everybody, and once they got into the dive industry in particular, they're like, these people are crazy and twisted, and obviously I'm one of them.
These are my people.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and I think it was a pretty universal theme that I think you'll hear over the next couple weeks. And I can't believe it's been 26 years since we, it took us 26 years to get to the point where we went that deep with everybody.
I mean, did you start when you were a baby?
No, I grew up.
Barely look like you're 27.
My story is, as I've said, is the movie The Abyss inspired me to learn how to dive. I grew up in Cincinnati, Ohio, as far away from the ocean as you can pretty much get. But I would watch these movies.
Did you have a dog named
Discovery
Snuggles?
Channel. No. And I would see this stuff on TV, and it would just go, gosh, that looks like such a cool place to go.
Language.
And I decided at some point in my life, I'm going to figure out how to become a scuba diver. And then when I had the opportunity to move to Florida for radio, I was here for about a year, and then I was asked to do a radio commercial for a local scuba shop, and I agreed to do it if they would certify me to scuba dive, and that's how it all started.
What year was that, Greg?
91-ish, I think. Yeah, I'll go with that. And, the rest is history. Now, my first 10 dives sucked, but because of those movies and TV shows I had watched, I knew it had to be better than this, but my first 10 dives were pretty miserable. I didn't have my first, hallelujah type dive until, we went on a dive finally to West Palm Beach, got into the blue water, looked around like, oh my God.
Yep.
This is what it's supposed to be like.
You ever get whipped in the hiney by a stingray?
Every Saturday night. That is a ritual that me and the missus didn't wait. Well, we'll leave that one alone. We're out of time. All right, till then, or till next week when you'll start hearing these shows, these special shows, enjoy them. Remember, it's always better. Where, gang? Come on.
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.